The Rock's been cooking this weekend. Oh, he's been cooking. So let's go into what happened on Friday, how people felt on Saturday.
Actually, I should do this, Tom, because I'm a member of the board, not to... So what did happen? On SmackDown, Cody announced that he wouldn't be facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 after he took counsel with somebody that knows Roman very well indeed, leading to the return of... Rikishi Fatu.
Ironically, Cody did it for The Rock, so it's in keeping.
Leading to the return of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rock and Cody shook hands. They were having a whale of a time. What do you think?
Cody looked like he was having a whale of a time.
What do you think was said?
I think it was something like, I appreciate you offering to step back, but as the board member, I probably would have asked you anyway.
Why
or or maybe he'd have gone, when you get back there, I forgot to leave my phone on charge. Could you plug it in for me?
By Black Adam.
Please.
Rock and Cody shaking hands, embracing, and then seemingly it ended with Rock heading to the main event of WrestleMania, looking at the sign, going after Roman.
Yeah,
Great.
so PW Insider had a lengthy report into this WrestleMania pivot, saying numerous WWE sources have concurred the decision to go with The Rock versus Roman Reigns, expected to be made official this Thursday in Las Vegas at the the press conference, was a push by The Rock to move into the Mania main event, backed by top TKO group holding execs. So the board, including The Rock, were happy for The Rock to headline WrestleMania. WWE has been expertly building, of course, to Cody and Roman. Sources believe it was done by Johnson, as one source stated, to save WrestleMania. Now, obviously, there's an argument to be made that there was some saving that maybe needed to be made, because you have Brock Lesnar, who was meant to be a part of Mania. Now he's not. CM Punk's set to be a part of Mania. Now he's not. But PW Insider also says that others believe The Rock pushed for the move, and likely, no matter what would have happened, given his massive $30 million stock payday, part of that is contingent on him hitting certain milestones, one of those milestones being a return to wrestling. So whilst he's claiming, I've got to come in and save WrestleMania, I think had Brock and Punk still been factored in, might have found his way here anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me at all. And I think it's important to keep in mind that last year's WrestleMania, where The Rock wasn't featured, beat all sorts of financial milestones as well. This is the bigger money match. Let's be honest about that. But what you've done in the process of removing Cody from it is make your biggest babyface look like an absolute schmuck. Mm-hmm. Ruined a story that is many, many years in the making. Like, people are saying it's a year in the making. It's longer than that, of course. You've ruined the Royal Rumble. You've made that completely pointless. And it's just... sometimes, like, because a lot of fans are still going like, which one's going to draw more money? Do you not want to just enjoy the story? Do you not just, like... It's miserable. It's been a miserable year with Roman Reigns as champion, turning up, barely turning up. We've been desperate to get that belt off him to improve the quality of TV all round. Yeah, it'll draw more money if that's the way that they go with it. If that's literally it, if it's Roman Rock, it'll draw more money. But what a miserable way to live one's life.
How weird are we? Surely, as wrestling fans, like you say, we want compelling stories rather than money. If you're a fan of a football team, which you're going to be more excited about? A new striker coming in or a new kit sponsor? Like, why would you be more excited? Oh yeah, they're going to make loads more money. This publicly floated multi-billion-dollar company.
We'll see none of it. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? They should run more Saudi Arabia shows. Think of all the money they would make.
I think every show should be from Saudi Arabia going forward. They'd make a fortune.
It's just vacuous, isn't it? It's miserable.
And again, as Adam said, I agree. The idea of a Rock-Roman Reigns match is really exciting. It's one that we've talked about for a long time, but you're doing it at the expense of a star that you have built throughout the last couple of years and a match that people are clamoring to see. Mm-hmm. And you're just throwing that away to bring Dwayne Boy out to go, mine now. Thanks for the house. We'll get on to what you said on the gram in a minute.
Tangent massively. PW Insider told that this wasn't done to target and politic Cody out of his main event out of malice, but out of the belief that Johnson was the best idea to make more money now and respect his new position with the company's parent company. This was a strategic move to give Johnson more political power overall and to show Endeavor's faith in his involvement, and that even Paul Levesque, who has done an admirable job as Chief Creative Officer, would lose that power struggle with Johnson at this point, one source surmised.
Backstage on SmackDown, some sources close to Fightful weighed in on how the WrestleMania pivot went down, saying Cody Rhodes was professional backstage around the situation, but probably seems somber in retrospect. Now that we know what was happening, absolutely. The reactions that we've gained from additional WWE talent and staff is a little adjusted today, being yesterday from what we heard initially, as many in the company think that WWE either had motives or may course correct.
You know what? It's great to hear that Cody continued to be professional, but also sort of really frustrating in some ways, because he's been professional. He's done everything right. That's why this stings even more, because the whole time he has been the ultimate representative of WWE. He has been amazing with the press. He has been unbelievable with the fans. Every other piss in Instagram story is him signing more belts to sell at house shows. He's there. He's a constant in WWE. He really has done everything right. He is the next John Cena, the epitome of what a babyface should be. And to then have that pulled away from him, that's got to hurt a lot. And it doesn't surprise me, the reaction that we're getting from fans and WWE superstars right now. We'll get to it.
Yeah, one WWE source said this is preferable to the coverage of Vince McMahon, but that's not going anywhere either. And I think that's worth pointing out very quickly. We will go around the houses a little bit on this. Probably one of the houses The Rock bought for us. We will go around the houses in the sense that let's not lose sight of a bigger story here that seems conveniently to not be in the top of the Twitter trendings right now. There's a press conference on Thursday. Do what you need to do if you're there.
The pessimist in me does think, oh man, is this a big distraction? Is this a big distraction?
Feels a bit like, oh, look at that over there.
Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it? And it's got people really riled up when obviously we should be more riled up about other things that have happened within WWE rather than just the storyline stuff. Anyway, that quote continued, with the coverage they were getting last week, it was all negative. This was a sentiment that was echoed by many within the company, with one saying maybe the company prefers to appear inept than malicious by proxy of Vince.
One top talent said, I think Rock versus Roman is a great match to have at Mania. Fans are excited, and Cody will still get a huge match. And all this will do is make the fans rally behind him even more by coming out of it anyway, so it's still fine. Another newer WWE talent said, Dwayne is impossible to dislike if you meet him, and I think a lot of what he's built himself on would be undermined by actually going through with something like this. If you listen to so many of the things he has said, especially to people like me, they didn't say who, it just makes me think it won't happen the way it appears.
I don't think it will either. I think, given the reaction that they have had over the past few days, I think the story might still end. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get there. Another wrestler told PW Insider that this was a big test. Sorry, told Fightful this was a big test. Rock got cheered at SmackDown, booed on screen at the house show. They'll show it on the screen at Raw, then the presser in Vegas, and SmackDown will be telling. Will he even be around for SmackDown? I don't know.
Another talent said, if I know Dwayne like I think I know him, perception is very important to him. So I think the chances are high that he takes this head on and addresses it in some capacity.
Let's talk about the online backlash. Let's talk about the fan backlash, and seemingly the backlash from the WWE locker room as well. The backlash online has been incredibly loud, with "We want Cody," "Justice for Cody," all trending on Twitter across the weekend, staying up there in the United States for almost the entirety of Sunday, the most talked about thing on social media. Several social media posts by The Rock, Triple H, WWE being very much weighed down with pro-Cody sentiment in the comment section. If you look back at even the NXT stuff last night, loads and loads to talk about there. It's all Cody. It's all Cody. And people having to come out and say, please just let's focus on the upcoming WWE, the NXT superstars. But yeah, it's all Cody. And it's not going to stop.
It isn't just the fans that are speaking very loud and proud over the weekend. Ricochet and the WWE US champion Logan Paul among the active WWE stars who tweeted out, "We want Cody." And that kind of makes me think that there is a change already in the air. I feel like Ricochet is a really strong company guy, and I don't see why he would put his head above the parapet for
Meltzer
something like
speculated
this.
the same thing. Meltzer speculated the same thing there. I think I agree with you, but old Trev, he has lost his temper a little bit on Twitter before. He's got annoyed with people. So like, I think it was something to do with, when he gets like you can't cut a promo thing. And he was just like, no, well, give me a chance. He has done it before. So I wouldn't necessarily jump to that conclusion, but I think you're probably right. I don't know.
Brian Gewirtz shared a video of The Rock's return. He was there ringside. So he's a former senior vice president of development at Seven Bucks Production, which is owned by Dwayne Johnson. And he had a video focusing on the incredible reaction from Birmingham, Alabama. And it was an incredible reaction.
It was.
There are some, say PW Insider, that believe that Gewirtz, who at one point was the longest tenured WWE head writer, is around physically, at least for major shows going forward. And he could be there as a plan B if Endeavor ever needs to pivot WWE's direction and go with a Johnson-backed creative team down the line.
I have a Johnson backing. He is being speculated as The Rock's mouthpiece in these creative meetings. He is The Rock's right-hand man. Obviously, they've worked very, very closely together. Give him some of the heat as well. The Rock seemingly responding to the negativity online, sharing a clip of his SmackDown appearance on Instagram. In the caption, he gave thanks to Cody Rhodes and the people for the electric moment in Birmingham, Alabama, before signing off with "P.S. Tough skin, love the passion." Dwayne, you're getting slagged off in major press outlets. I think they're going to fix this sooner rather than later. I don't think Dwayne will be up for like the Daily Mail, like Fox News, like loads of places are covering this, and I don't think Dwayne's skin is thick enough at this point in his career to deal with the mainstream press outrage.
There's a big article about it on Forbes as well, so this isn't going without miss. Rock also posted clips of fans reacting in the arena and some live YouTube reactions from some content creators as well. And he went with the caption, "This is going to be fun. Long game. People's jam."
Long game. We've had years of this Roman thing. You want to talk about long game? Cody Rhodes, second WrestleMania.
That's not the long game. The Rock's coming back.
Long game!
And looking at Rome, that's a long game. No, mate, what's longer? 2 years of WrestleMania or since being born? That's the long game. Since a moment that Rock and Joe met at nursery, they started this stare down. This is decades in the making. He then on Twitter shared best wishes to USB's Themba Gorimbo. This is the fighter that The Rock bought a house for last year, which he subtly reminded of people in the tweet. I do a lot of great work for charity, but I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, Cody does more. Five Will Select. Joking.
No one can buy him a house. He stole Cody's house.
He gave him Cody's house.
Yeah, have Cody. This guy's not using it. Have Corey's house. Cody, whatever. Have his house.
Hey, I got you this really nice dog. Pharaoh. You have it. Look at that.
Brandy's my wife now.
You want to see the eyebrow? Right, Five Will Select saying WWE have definitely taken note of the post that highlighted polls, dislikes on social, and mainstream coverage as well. They're aware. I think they're going to be working to fix this. The reaction wasn't just online, though.
No, and this was a big thing. A lot of people were saying, hey, look, it's just a Twitter bubble. It doesn't matter if it's whatever. The live reactions will be where it is. Well, on Saturday night, during a live event in Knoxville, footage of The Rock on the big screens got big old boos from the crowd. And also last night, NXT's Vengeance Day, Fightful reported that throughout the show, when The Rock was shown on WrestleMania graphics, the crowd would boo. There were efforts made to cover this up by production.
There were signs as well. We won Cody signs last night. So, you know what? One great thing about this is I was so wrong, right? I thought people were going to have turned on Cody by now. In his WWE career, if they kept him babyface, I'm so happy to be wrong, by the way. I was an idiot. I thought that wrestling fans would have been like, nah, he's too saccharine, right? He's too much like Cena. We've seen it all before, and start booing him. Now he's the hottest babyface in the world, and I love that. It's actually, in some ways, a nice problem to have, isn't it? The fact that people love this guy so much, they're not gonna let up until he finishes his story. How massive is just the finishing of the story? I know it's all about capturing a championship, it's all about the title belt, really, but the branding, it's not quite up there with like Undertaker's streak. But as far as things that are so important to wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Finishing the story. That brand is so massive. So what will happen to Cody? PW Insider reporting that the current plan is for Cody to face a man he has beaten 3 times since he came back to WWE. It's clean as a whistle. Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40.
That is how you finish a story.
Yeah, that is the story,
But Game
really.
of Thrones is the story.
Yeah, I can think of like 50 ways to make this right and to make it satisfying. In fact, Andrew, should we? Oh, bloody hell!
9 pitches!
That's 9 pitches. Let's do 3. We'll do 3 pitches. Are you up for it? Are you free?
I'm free.
You free? You all right, little crab boy?
Just 3?
3, 1 each, right?
Okay.
We can't give 3 each, are we? All right, 1 each. We'll do it tonight. We'll hop in the podcast studio. It'll take us 20 minutes to come up with this, and we'll each give you a pitch on how you can end the story.
Hello.
Well, in a satisfying way.
Oh, and that is a satisfying way to finish this story.
God, we've gone long here,
Long
haven't we?
news video, but lots of news. Stay safe, and we'll have the latest throughout the day at cultaholic.com and 3 pitches later.
Yeah. We want Cody!
Yes!
We want Cody! Bastards!